Hello everyone, welcome to AKS IAS main Shikshana program. So today's question for 1st July 2024, that is subject Polity, critically analyze the role of the Election Commission in ensuring free and fair elections in India. So here we need to focus on what are the important aspects we need to follow for the polity subjects in the perspective of mains examination. So whether it is UPSC or APPSC or TSPSC, we need to follow some aspects. Already we have discussed in the previous classes regarding history, 6 aspects of important aspects regarding history subject. So same like we need to follow different aspects for polity too. Here we need to focus on the polity subject. Unlike the history subject, it is not entirely static. Polity is means more static and also less dynamic, right? So it is more static. More static means here we can cover from polity perspective. We will cover constitution, preamble, president, governor, different constitutional bodies and fundamental rights, directive state principles, right? All the important static or basic information we will include. Likewise, less dynamic means here we need to include some current affairs essence. Means, for example, we need to add some amendments or so we need to add some reports or indices, right? So this is the main essence of polity. Polity means more static and less dynamic. Here we need to focus on what are the important aspects of polity. Here we need to focus on first important aspects. We need to write different acts or different policies or different recommendations. We need to write different recommendations. And also we need to include some different reports and indices. We can include regarding the polity subject. So whether any topic given in the question, we need to follow some aspects. Those are first acts, policies or schemes, and also recommendations, and also some important articles and schedules, right? Schedules of the constitution. And also we have some constitutional bodies, right, like CAG or today's topic Election Commission, etc., Finance Commission, etc., right? And also here we need to focus on some recent examples. Recent examples means current affairs issues, right? Different current affair issues and all, right? All these information we need to include with respect to the polity subject, right? Here our 3 steps before answer writing. We need to focus on 3 steps before answer writing. Those are first question reading. We need to read the question twice. Here critically analyze the role of the Election Commission in ensuring free and fair elections in India. What is the topic? Election Commission. And also how many parts are there in this question? Only one part, right? Critically analyze the role of the Election Commission in ensuring free and fair elections in India. So how many question tags are there? Only one. Critically analyze. Already we have discussed a number of question tags. Means 15 out of total important question tags. We have discussed only 15 question tags in entire one video. If you have not seen, please check the video. Then only we can write best answers. Okay. So here, what are the other important rules here? So we need to focus on how many keywords, important keywords are there. Here we need to focus on role of the Election Commission, and also in ensuring free and fair election in India. That is normal. What is the this is not normal role or normal powers and functions. It is related to ensuring free and fair elections in India. That is the important essence of question reading. Here we can tackle how many keywords or how many subparts of the question, and also how many keywords are there, right? So here we need to spend 1 minute for question reading. And also second one, brainstorming. What is brainstorming? Brainstorming means we need to focus or we need to recollect some important aspects. are points. With regard to election commission, what are the important points are there? We need to include some acts, right? As our important aspects, we need to include acts or policies or schemes, right? We need to act here, laws or acts. What are the important laws? We have Representation of People's Act, right? RPA 1951, we can include that. And also, what are the important initiatives taken by Election Commission? We have MCC, Model Code of Conduct, and also we have different EVMs, and also we have NOTA, and also recently we have C-Vigil app, right? And also we have sweep program, right? Systematic voter education and electoral participation program is there. It is related to create awareness among the people, right? Election Commission is campaigning towards the election, recently election held, right? So all these are the important initiatives taken by Election Commission. And also we can include electoral bonds or bond scheme, even though it was constitutionally invalidated by the Supreme Court recently, but we need to include as an initiative by the Election Commission. So all these important initiatives by Election Commission, we need to include, we need to brainstorm, or we need to recollect the information within 1 minute, right? Next, number 3, we need to present the answer, presenting the answer. So here for the presentation, we need to consider important aspects related to polity. What are the important aspects? Regarding geography, we have included presentation purpose. In the presentation, in the context of presentation purpose, we have included maps or diagrams and all. But in the context of polity, we need to include some articles or recommendations or reports or indices or schedules or other examples, right? So we need to consider all these important information. Then now we need to focus on what are the important introduction we can write. Whenever you write an introduction, generally everybody used to write definitions or static part. But I will tell you one important guidelines here. We need to follow that. Before going to write a definition or some static information, we need to include one other, means CA related introduction we need to add related to any topic. Whatever the topic related to the question given in the question paper, we need to focus on the current affairs, recent current affairs related information, or whether it is statement or report or any indices or recommendation, anything mentioned in the recent current affairs, we need to include in the introduction itself. That is the first rule, right? To gain additionally 1 mark or half mark other than compared to others, right? So from introduction perspective, we need to follow these criteria approach. Current affairs introduction should be written in the first 2 lines and then we need to write 2 lines related to static or definition or something. So many aspirants are writing, whether they are writing static, they are missing current affairs introduction, or some are writing current affairs introduction and then they are missing static information. That is the wrong process here. We need to follow both the important points, right? Then in the body part, we need to focus here important keywords. Here, what is the question is saying? Role of the Election Commission in ensuring free and fair elections. Here we need to mention constitutional mandate and powers of Election Commission, right? Constitutional mandate related to our RPA, Representation of People Act, right? Constitutional mandate we need to mention regarding the role of Election Commission, and also we need to discuss various functions of the ECI in the electoral process. We need to mention different functions. Okay, that is one case. And also we need to mention here what are the important measures taken by the Election Commission since the past days and till recent days, right? We can say all these information here we already discussed here, right? VVPATs, Model Code of Conduct, C-Vigil app, and also sweep, NOTA, EVMs, right, etc. So, and also we need to highlight the use of technology and administrative reforms to ensure transparency, right? We need to, already we are including some modern technology in the election process like EVMs or CVGIL app, right? Additionally, we need to do something, but not here. We need to mention in the measures taken, right? Measures should be taken. Okay, then challenges. What are the important challenges faced by Election Commission recently? So some issues like political pressure, or some issues like logistical challenges are there, limitations in enforcement are there, right? So all those are related to challenges in the process of conducting election with the Election Commission, right? We need to discuss all these recent criticisms. So we have criticisms regarding ECA's impartiality and handling of some violations, right? So we should also mention all the aspects, recent aspects. In the measures needed measures category, in the needed measures section, we need to focus on here. We need to focus on some important measures. What are the important measures here? We need to tell the important measures or suggestions or way forward solutions to remove the challenges. Here we need, by integrating advanced technology, means we can clearly tell that we need to include artificial intelligence tools, and also we can include the continuous water education. Already we have sweep program related to water education, right? We need to implement properly, and also robust mechanisms to address violations. Whatever we have violations regarding the Election Commission's functioning, we need to address. And also ECI, Election Commission of India, can uphold the integrity of India's election process, right? All those are needed measures. We need to write important only, right? With including the recent examples. We need to focus on examples here, right? And also here, what is the important technique we have discussed in the previous class? LNI technique, right? LNI technique, local, national, international technique, right? Here we can include local important aspects and also national important aspects, as well international important aspects. Whatever countries are maintaining some transparency or accountability related to elections, we can include those countries' performance. Okay, that is also important aspect here. So finally, in the conclusion, we need to tell the reforms orientedly. We need to include, to strengthen the Election Commission, we need to tell some reforms are needed to enhance its autonomy and enforcement powers. And also we need to Election Commission need to be independent, right? Like CAG, we can relate it to CAG, Comptroller, Auditor and General of India, right? We need to include, so we need independence of the Election Commission, right? So, and also related to MCC, also Model Code of Conduct, we can include Model Code of Conduct, whether it should be legally enforceable or not enforceable. So, right, we can include those points also. So, finally, this is the important best approach to deal this important Election Commission related question, that to critically analyze, right? Next, we need to focus on important recent best answer given by a student, Shikshana Reddy. So here Article 324 enlists the autonomy and powers of Election Commission of India, which is backbone for upholding the soul of democracy in conducting free and fair elections. Very good. Here role of ECI, Model Code of Conduct, checking electoral practices, electoral funding, dissemination of safeguarding. Very good. Clearly mentioned like a flowchart role of ECI. So here, what are the important aspects here? ECI's Model Code of Conduct helps in political parties to behave responsibly as per the guidelines, right? Electoral malpractices, rigging, EVM tampering and breaking election machinery by the ECI readily. Recent Palanadu, Andhra Pradesh election violence were dealt by the ECI, very good example, recent example. And also despite the limit on election experience by contestants as per unofficial data, it exceeded prescribed ECI limits, leading to vote for no cases also. Very good information. There is huge violations in voting percentage of rural and urban, especially metros like Hyderabad and Bengaluru, records less than 50%. Okay, good factual information. added. So political parties, in order to attract votes, try to violate rules by giving communal or hate speeches. That is also related to MCC. Here we need to focus on clear-cut or strict implementation of MCC, Model Code of Conduct. That is also important challenge. Updating electoral rolls so as to provide as many rightful voters as possible. Electoral rolls we need to update. So checking opinion polls which could adversely impact the verdict of people, ensuring dissemination of information regarding the polls dates, providing necessary information, infrastructure, etc. So infrastructure difficulties are there, constraints are there. So EC established green nets as polling stations, utilized media, etc. Right, especially in the campaign 2024 issues, Vote for India campaign in 2024. Right, here also issues are covered like Model Code of Conduct is advisory and legally non-enforceable. This is also recent debate. No sufficient election machinery to control vote for not bribing voters. Complaints regarding missing names in electoral rolls also important point, and also lack of option for NRI to exercise right to vote. Supreme Court, NRIs, this is also remote voting facility, a remote voting facility also in the process of implementing, right? Supreme Court striking of electoral bonds. This is also recently unconstitutionally validated by the Supreme Court regarding the electoral bond scheme. Finally, in the conclusion, it is need of hour for Election Commission to have more powers and deals with electoral offences, is equipped with sufficient machinery, usage of technology, and ensure NRIs are missing names exercising vote need to be considered. Very good conclusion. We the Shikshana Reddy included important reforms need to be taken, right? Very, very good. So, and also issues are covered regarding Model Code of Conduct enforcement, that is called implementation process, and also some important remote voting, and also recently we have home vote from home facility also provided for senior citizens, physically disabled, right? That point also we can include, right? So, and also so many points included and examples also, relevant examples also included, but here missed some essence. We need to include RTI wherever it is possible, okay? Because important act from RPI, Representation of People Act, RPA, sorry for that. So RPA 1951, we need to include this law, because Election Commission or any important Election Commission powers and functions should be written by the RPA 1951, right? So here we need to include that, and also here you have mentioned the static part in the perspective of introduction, but we need to focus on current affairs related introduction. What is the importance of writing current affairs introduction here? We need to include recent statements or recent appointment of Election Commission or recent issues or debate regarding the independence of Election Commission, right? Those are important for the uplifting of our off mark or 1 mark here, okay? So other than that, everything okay. And also we can mention here sweep program or C-Vigil app, respective etc. examples, right? Okay, already we have you have written very good information. Other than that, some important information, that is RPA Act, and also current affairs linked introduction should be there, okay? Other than that, everything fine. Here we can include or we can give 5 out of 10 marks here. Very good, very good. Good related information and recent examples also included. Very good. So likewise, everybody write the answers every day. So you can write your own answers and send through our AKS app. I will evaluate each and every answer. No, don't worry about that. But you need to upload the particular answer sheet within time limit. I will give every day till 2 p.m. okay, deadline for the upload the answer sheets, okay? Please upload before 2 p.m. then only I can able to evaluate that, okay? So next, tomorrow's question, main section question for 2nd July 2024, day 4. Discuss India's foreign policy priorities in the context of rising geopolitical tensions. That is related to subject international relations. Very, very important questions. Please send your answers and upload in the properly scanned PDFs in the AKS app. Thank you very much. All the very best.